Do I have a dark side? Yes, a very dark side. And what's interesting is when you take that dark side and you push that within your work and you actively pursue it in the work, that's when you get the most interesting collision of ideas. And the collision is what's fascinating. I think genuinely I'm coming from somewhere that's good, but I do definitely dream about the devil a lot.
Let me take you down, 'cause I'm going.
Rankin grew up in Cathcart on the south side of Glasgow. He's come back to revisit one of the family homes he grew up in.
Has it changed? Do you know what? It has not changed at all. The kids are the same. Smoking will drive forever. Boom, 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 boom. Still one without a flash? This is the weird thing, is that I can't remember specifics, but if someone gave me a ball now, I could play Kirby easily. And I would probably be as good at it now as I was then. Just realising I don't look like the 9-year-old I once was. As I look at the Polaroids, I look completely different. Yeah, they're all right, aren't they? Yeah. And have me on the right, so you're right in the middle of the house. You're that way back, yeah? Right, I remember choppers as well. Now, when I was here, that was the coolest thing you could have, would be a chopper, and I didn't have one. I wasn't allowed a chopper. It's a good feeling to remember where you're from and what your life was like then. It is important for me to come back, yeah. I don't know. It just feels good to come back. It's a good feeling to remember where you're from and what your life was like then. Coming to Scotland at any time, but especially now, really is important to me because it reminds me of where I've come from. And as my mum and dad get older and my son grows up, I'm kind of realising that I need to have some connection with that, and they need to have some connection with that and myself as well. So I find myself needing that place to reflect on what I'm doing and why I'm doing what I'm doing. Any suggestions on my pose? The thing about photography is you can't analyse it. It's like most art forms. If you analyse it too much, then you do lose an essence of it. You have to. It has to be an instinctive thing. I always say that you know I could teach anybody to be a good photographer, but it's easy to teach someone to take good photographs. But taking great photographs is something that is really only for a certain number of photographers. And I don't even necessarily say that I'm one of those photographers yet. I think maybe that I've got the potential to be one of those photographers, but I don't know. Am I there? Maybe. Maybe I've got something. I suddenly feel like I'm going back 2,000 years.
Rankin, in my new job, which is overseeing a whole bunch of men's magazines, I was just wondering whether you'd actually like to shoot for Zoo magazine.
No. Even if I'm on my last legs of photography, even if I've got no money in the bank, will I take that dollar?
Can I be you?
No, he can't be me because he's nowhere near as charming as me, even though he thinks he is.
Are you happy, Rankin?
No, I'm not happy, but my son makes me happy, and my work helps me get through not being happy every day.
Which person would you, Rankin, most like to photograph in probably 10 years' time?
I'd like to be able to photograph my mum 10 years from now. That would be a pleasure.
The question I'd ask him is why he doesn't go on public transport, because it's got a big thing about that.
I can afford to not take public transport, so why would I? And I don't really care about money like other people I could mention. Chris Cottam, who's a stingy fucker.
Is he just doing this just to meet girls? Is that all you're doing?
Of course I'd take photographs to meet girls. I mean, who wouldn't if they could meet beautiful girls every day and pretend it's work? Bring me along. you not come up with some original questions? Where are the fucking original questions?